Alright, I was gonna try a live stream since I gotta wait 24 hours. Apparently I'm a kid's day, so in the gym it's 4 a.m. So this one will go back into the void for nobody to watch, but I'm gonna hit some triceps today. Gerald's called preaching curls, so I gotta work out too, right? Oh. Honestly, I firmly believe if all you do is cable push downs, you're gonna have jacked triceps. That's probably the best exercise for him. That and close grip presses, but could literally do these the whole workout and be fine. But yeah, God's blessed us with another beautiful day. We've got 10,000 things to complain about. Not gonna do it because I got about 20,000 things to be grateful for. So I got my kids right now. It's been super fun. Took them to the park yesterday. You know, got to get my workout in early because can't go to the gym while I have them. So got a gym in the garage. So hey, another thing to be grateful for, right? Oh. All right. Haven't done one on this machine in a while. Used to have them at the gym. You set the height, nice right here. Boom, that's pretty good going up a little bit. It's a little different, but dang, this lighting, bro. Oh, it's the lighting. It's the lighting. Good thing about triceps is like it's not a major muscle group, right? You know, they're the glory muscles, right? They show how big your arms are, but you don't need to lift heavy with them. I'm doing these with like 40 pounds. You can get huge triceps with what you wouldn't think is big weights. Same with biceps and shoulders. See people in there like curling 60s who don't look like they can curl 60s. And they're only doing it because they think the weight matters. The weight doesn't matter nearly as much as people think it matters. For your chest, legs, and back, yeah, sure, you can go heavier because those are your major muscle groups. Those are the muscles that are meant to take on a heavier load, right? The only thing you're doing when you're curling 60s and you're about 160 pounds is you're gonna fucking tear everything. Talking from experience, I used to be retarded too. Still retarded, but maybe not in the gym. Besides the fact I don't really stretch before work. Now I'm gonna do a little warm up, but I'm getting up there. I'm 34. I got years in the Marine Corps. I'm toast. All right, back at it. Another thing, grab yourself a long hand towel. I hate those ropes. They always feel uneven and you're just trying to correct yourself. For whatever reason, you get the hand towel, boom, little nice little mid-length one. You just feel the evenness. Tuck these babies in. push down, push down. Try not to use any other muscle group. I don't even know what to talk about. Then you're gonna watch this stuff anyway, so. Channel's called Preaching Girls, right? So it's about blending the God and the community of working out, as well as if you're a veteran. I'm a combat veteran from the Marine Corps. Tell you one thing: only one thing can save you, and it's Christ. None of this other shit can save you. Some of these things can be band-aids, but ultimately it all leads to Him, right? So if you're dealing with those thoughts, depression, if you're an alcoholic, only Him. Nothing else is gonna do it. So I advise you to just go do it. Just go. So get a Bible, start preaching, start reading. Go to church. There's plenty of good churches online. 2019, Church of 1122, Apologia Studios. I really love Jeff Durbin. I go to Rocky Peak. That's a good one. It's not a main online presence, but they have a channel, Rocky Peak Church. Highly recommend it. Great pastors. But the most important thing is your connection with Jesus, right? And so this channel is about blending all those things, trying to create a community that all those things coexist and aren't separate. And if you're a part of one of them, to join the other part too. So if you're not a Christian but you're a veteran, you like what I do, you like what I preach, you like the things you see about it, you like what I talk about. Hopefully it gets you to check out God. If you're a fan of God but you don't work out, you're not in shape, you're not doing that, you're not treating your temple right, hopefully it gets you to start doing that. And hopefully I learn from you guys as well. So the proverbial you, because ain't nobody gonna watch this. If I get one view, just say something, because nobody's watching this. This is whatever. Hey, it's for fun anyways, right? We're just trying to do stuff for the kingdom. Bam. That's gay. You're gay. Alright, so I got little where's that other stuff at? About old school equipment. The system is about 20 years old. No maintenance done on it, no nothing. Looks old as shit, but it works beautifully. Pay attention, ladies. Same thing with dudes. Us old dudes, beautifully. We ain't messing around anymore. We know what we want. All right. Ooh, actually, I gotta raise this. All right, time to do the stuff everybody messes up. basically skull crushers. And do them with the cable, because then I feel like my elbows are gonna shoot out of my freaking skin. So the only part about these you really gotta be careful is the out and in, right? So I'm not gonna twist and torque. We'll pull it, bring it up, turn, no rotation on the shoulders, and then bam, boom, bam. Oh, wrap some G this way here. Then kind of go up more a little bit. Boom. Okay, on the way down, keep it straight out. You want as little torque on those shoulders as you can. Let's check it out from a different angle, chat. This is how we live. Dry bones in the river below. It's a bold strategy, God, and see if it plays out for him. There's that gay boy. Alright. Bear with me. I ain't editing anything. I don't know how to. And am I gonna learn? Maybe sometime. Right now? No. Got the glow of Christ right behind me. That's what I'm talking about. Boom. Bam. Just so you know, I ain't lying. $4:37 a.m. I'm in this month, you know. I'm in this. Ooh, sometimes a veteran comes out. It's not really the Christian lingo, right? But whatever. We say by grace through faith, right? Not by works. So just try to do better. Oh, you know what? I don't know why I'm flexing like this all the time. I don't do that in the gym. I don't even know I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Ain't nobody gonna watch this anyways, but you know. Let's get it. Let's get it started. Yeah. Let's get it started. Yeah. Oh, try to bring it in. No, too much on the shoulder. Boom, right here. Bam. Boom. Controlled it too. Farting like a monkey. I swear, sometimes I let loose a fart so bad in the car that I look in the rearview mirror and I see the other, they kind of like, like something hits them. They forget they're driving real quick, but hey, what are you gonna do? Let's get it from this angle. I'm telling you, sometimes, man, I can clear out a whole locker room. might learn how to edit, because I'm still in pre-workout shit mode, so. Might have to learn how to edit. All right, back at it. And my butt began to rattle. Once again, no idea why I'm flexing. Just killing time, I guess, right? So, as far as, well, for right now, I still have to get some of my other gym equipment over here. As far as that goes, can't really do too much other tricep things. I mean, I can do dips, right, easily. Could do dumbbell pushbacks. I'll do those, yeah, I guess. Kind of like doing them on cables, but whatever, right? Once I get my bar over here, I can do close grip presses, right, for the triceps. Other than that, not really too much else. I mean, tons of other things you can do, actually, but I mean, what am I going to do being here for 4 hours? I'm not opposed to that, but homie's got work at 6, so can't be too long, right? All right, bam, look at his feet. You don't like feet? I sure should though. All right, hit some dips. Killer, right? We don't want the close grip, so we're gonna do these. Bam. Try to get that back right alongside it. Bam. Boom. It's almost 5 o'clock and we've got to end this thing pretty soon, but you know, one thing to be grateful for, woke up another day, right? Healthy, able to work out. You know, that's something certain to be grateful for. You know, you never really realize some of these things until you, like, either you're injured, some of you out there physically can't. You know, I feel for you, praying for you. But, you know, God's blessed me with a healthy body and just able to get after it. You know, just trying to carry that cross for him, trying to do the things he has me do. One of those is getting the good news out there, right? So there's actually 5 gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and you, right? We spread the good news. And so, good thing, and hopefully the good thing about this is I can use working out as a way to get the good news to people who work out or are interested in working out, but then really learn the true gift of life, which is God. And all I can do is bring the truth, leave the salvation up to him, right? So it's pretty easy when you realize that. It's pretty easy when you realize people's salvation isn't up to you, it's up to him. All you gotta do is just bring the truth, right? So it makes it a lot easier, there's a lot less pressure on you. There's none, really, right? Gotta hit a couple more of those. yeah. I guess some of the things on my mind is forgiveness right now. Definitely for what I'm going, what I'm going through right now with 4 kids, and your wife is saying she don't want to do it anymore, right? So seeing the effects it has on them, and the split, and all that is certainly something to be not happy about, but the only thing I have on my mind is forgiveness, right? You can't force people to do something or whatever. You can't control how they act or what they want, but you can't control how you forgive people, and that doesn't mean forgetting or giving them access to you, or letting them run all over you, which they will try to do. Believe me on that. But you can still forgive them because this is for you. Forgiveness is for you, so you don't harbor hate. And definitely what I'm going through right now with having 4 kids and a wife that says basically, hey, we're done. Certainly not things to be super happy about, or not things you wanted. You try to take I took my covenant with God seriously. To me, it was death to his part. But you can't control what other people want, or how they act, or if they want to go, they gotta go, right? But it is hard to see the effects it has on the kids. But I can still forgive. And that doesn't mean you give them access, that doesn't mean you forget or anything, but you still gotta keep going, man. Pick that cross back up. Keep walking uphill. One of the greatest things that Jesus ever did is he never told us to do anything he didn't do himself. Basically the only thing he tells us to do is be like him. There's not one thing he's told us to do he didn't do himself. Not one. He even showed us how to talk to him. He even showed us how to pray. He was God in human form, but he still showed us how to submit to the Father, right? So, them all being one entity, the triune God, right? The Godhead. He even showed us how to pray to him, basically, right? So it's pretty wild when you think about it. And it'd have been one thing if he was up there just preaching, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do this, but nothing was done on his end by it, right? But even when he was going up to the cross, people were hurling insults at him, throwing things at him, spitting on him. And when you think about forgiveness, you go, well, how can I forgive people that do that to me? And then you go back to the cross, and he says, Father, forgive them for they know not what they do. Dude just had nails. No, not nails. Stakes. It wasn't like a hammer nail. Stakes driven into his wrists and his shins with a full head crown, not just this little band thing. It's like a helmet that they put on and they dig into you after being beaten, whipped, lashed to the point where he's unrecognizable as a person. And he still forgave them. But here's the thing, when he says forgive them for they know what they do, a lot of times people think that, oh, it was the Romans. It was the Romans that killed Jesus. Oh, it was the Jews of the time that killed Jesus. Oh, they're the ones that put him on the cross. Until you realize, when he says, Father, forgive them for they know what to do, he's talking about you. He's talking about me. We put him on the cross. So next time you want to feel holier and righteous than those people, than the Pharisees, you better check yourself, because we did it. He died for us. The least we could do is live for him, right? And that's the least we can do, even if there was no reward. Even if just this life was a reward, it's the least we could do. But luckily, he's such a good father that there is a reward. And it's eternal life. It's life with him. It's being in his presence. And there ain't nothing better than that. Trust me, when you have the Holy Spirit and you feel those times of being on fire, there's nothing better than being in his presence. Nothing. And you know, I'm trying my best to do the things that he wants me to do. Because I want to be in it. I want to be in his presence forever. Hell is the absence of God. Really. Heaven is the presence of him, if you think about it. So, because we're in heaven, he ain't there, guess what? It ain't heaven. If he decided to just let loose all control because he wants to and can, Earth goes spiraling into orbit, things get missed out of place, you're dead, like immediately. Everything just ends. So, anyways, I don't know how I transferred that, but think about that next time you think about who put him on the cross. Me and you, baby. That's a crappy thing to realize. Makes you hate sin. Makes you hate your sin for sure. Makes you ashamed. And it should. But he's offered grace and mercy, so get back up. Because we got stuff to do, right? So let's go. One more set. I don't even know how many reps that was, but whatever. I'm taking it off. Ooh. My Elsa. Whew, I'm white as snow. Already the show goes on. Gonna finish up. Like I said earlier, if all you did is these pull downs, or push downs, whatever, you can get jacked triceps, but we did some other things today. It's a little light day because for one, just doing triceps. For two, don't have all my equipment here yet, so I ain't gonna be that guy in the gym filming. That's gay. If you're setting up a tripod in the gym, I don't care if you're a chick, that's gay. So I don't know if I'm gonna break this up into shorts or honestly, I should just waste time and maybe I'll post both videos online. I'll learn how to edit. How to take a mid, you know how it is. Got that pre-workout in me, you know. I was right in the middle. How to go lose some weight. Come back, so I guess I gotta learn how to edit, but we'll see. I'm just talking to talk right now. Give me a topic, I'll go on all day about it, especially about God. Ooh, I'm getting into theology all day with you about that. But when you're just talking to yourself, it's a little weird. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how people do this, but we're doing it, right? I guess it's just like the inner thoughts, but very much going on up there. Anyways, I guess, hey, yeah. Marine Corps vet and combat veteran, Afghanistan. Any of my vets out there watching this, who's going praying for you guys. You know, I don't know too much to think about what's going on. I've tried so hard to just not pay attention to politics and stuff anymore right now, right? Because it's, for me, ultimately doesn't even matter. But if you're out there, you know, going after and getting some, praying that you go get some, you come home safe. Pray that whatever happens is part of His will and you deliver His divine righteousness, right? That's it. We don't know. I mean, I know the religion they worship is evil. That's Satan right there. That's just another form of Baal. Islam, stupid. If you're any what sort literate, you can know that Islam is just complete bullshit. And because the Quran tells you it is. The Quran literally says that the previous words of God are true, which means the Bible, the Torah, right? The Bible. Then later on in the Quran, it also says that the words of God cannot be corrupted. And then later on, they say, oh, the word of God was corrupted. So the Quran can't even stand on its own legs. That's why they try to keep their people illiterate. Because it's fucking retarded if you believe in that. It is what it is. Excuse my language. Something I gotta repent for is my language, right? But you're dumb if you believe the Quran. Any religion that forces you to be that, you should start thinking twice, right? Any religion that's your works that lead you to a divine place, your works, no. And all of them besides Christianity got that wrong. Even Jews. And the one thing you got to point out to Jews is, what was Abraham saved by? Who was the father of this religion saved by, right? What was he saved by? It wasn't by his works. It was by his faith. So even in your Torah, which is part of our Bible, which we believe the whole thing, we believe all the Old Testament, not just the 5, because the later ones that you believed back then, especially in the first century, don't fit your narrative now. So you get rid of them, right? So it's not just Abraham and Moses, Isaiah, Daniel, Jeremiah, all of them. Y'all used to believe in them. But since they don't fit your narrative, since it doesn't fit your works-based righteousness, because you think you are it, even Israel itself was a person first. And the meaning of it was those who wrestle with God. So even in itself, the people of Israel aren't God's people. It's the people who wrestle with them. It's the Christians. Fight me on that. Israel was a person first. Remember that. And remember why. Remember what that means. Oh, you're thinking your works get you stuff. Faith. Saved by grace through faith. Faith alone without works is dead, though. So if you believe, it's one thing to believe. Satan believes in God. He knows he's real, right? But he ain't saved. It's not just believing. It's faith. It's following. You can't just say, oh, I believe in God. I said this prayer when I was 12 and I'll just live my life the way I want to. That's not believing. That's knowing something's real and not giving a crap about it anyways. Give a crap about it. Let's go. Faith plus works. So if you feel like he's calling you to do something, take those steps, bro. Because if it's his calling, if it's will, he's gonna reward him. That's it. And even if he doesn't, even if you go through hard times and you know it's real, you keep going. Pipes for Jesus. Christ is King, baby. Come on. Alright, go out there and crush it. Go get it today. Live for God. Christ is King. Muhammad's gay. Go get it.